It's a tough reality to comprehend. Those are the exact words PGA Tour star Jake Knapp used when he finally broke his silence about the sudden death of his girlfriend, Makina White. She was just 28 years old. On Friday, September 26, 2025, while the golf world was glued to the drama of the Ryder Cup in New York, a different kind of silence fell over those who knew and loved Makina. A message appeared on her Instagram account, written by a heartbroken friend, announcing that she had passed away earlier that week. In an instant, the world lost a vibrant soul. But this isn't just a story about loss. Behind this heartbreak is the story of an extraordinary woman whose life was filled with passion, adventure, and love. This is the story of Makina White and Jake Knapp, a love that inspired thousands and a life that touched everyone who knew her. To understand why so many people felt this loss so deeply, you first need to know who Makina White really was. She was far more than someone standing beside a famous athlete. She was a force of nature in her own right. Born and raised in Ottawa, Canada, Makina was the daughter of Mark White and the late Crystal Barrington. From a young age, she showed the kind of leadership and drive that would define her entire life. At St. Joseph High School, she was president of the athletic council during her senior year, where she worked tirelessly to promote school sports and raise funds for athletic programs. She wasn't just participating, she was leading. Her love for sports ran deep. She played hockey for the Nepean Wildcats, an experience that gave her lifelong friendships and a fierce competitive spirit. After high school, Makina took on an academic challenge that most people wouldn't even attempt. She attended McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, where she pursued not one, but two demanding degrees at the same time. In 2019, she graduated with honors in both communications and software engineering. One degree focuses on human connection and storytelling. The other focuses on logic, code, and complex problem solving. Makina mastered both. This unique combination showed the world exactly who she was, someone who could connect with people on a deep level while also tackling the most technical challenges. Makina's drive to help others, both in her career and personal life, was truly inspiring. What part of her story resonates most with you? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're finding this tribute moving, please consider subscribing to the channel for more stories like this. After university, Makina built a successful career in medical device sales, eventually joining a company called Le Maitre. Her job wasn't just about making sales, it was about saving lives. Every single day, she worked to ensure that surgeons performing vascular and cardiac procedures had the right equipment to give their patients the best possible care. As she wrote on her LinkedIn profile, her work allowed her to help people who desperately needed help. This wasn't just a paycheck for her, it was a calling. There's a tragic irony in the fact that Makina spent her days helping doctors repair hearts when her own heart was struggling. In the months before her death, she openly shared glimpses of her health journey on social media. In May 2025, she posted a photo of herself wearing a Holter monitor, a device that records heart activity. She wrote about the irony of attending a cardiac surgery conference for work while wearing the monitor for her own heart defect. A month later, she shared an image from her Apple Watch showing her heart rate at 133 beats per minute, joking that she was tachycardic. She even posted about recovering from a 6-hour post-anesthesia nap after a medical procedure in April. She faced these challenges with courage and humor. Beyond her career, Makina lived life at full speed. Her friends and family lovingly described her travel schedule as having a healthy sprinkling of chaos. She traveled the globe for both work and adventure, attending conferences across Europe and volunteering at an orphanage in Uganda. She loved thrilling experiences, skydiving on her 19th birthday and ziplining through the mountains of Croatia. She was a die-hard fan of her hometown Ottawa Senators hockey team, and later she fell back in love with golf after meeting Jake, becoming a familiar face on the PGA Tour. Everyone who knew Makina said the same thing about her. She was one of a kind. Her friend who announced her death described her as someone with a rare way of making everyone feel special, with a huge heart that was always overflowing with love. CBS sports journalist Amanda Balionis remembered her infectious laughter, her passion, and how she never met a stranger. That light came from deep family bonds. Makina shared a special relationship with her mother, Crystal, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2018. When her mother passed away in April 2022, Makina posted a simple but moving tribute, writing the dates of her mother's life and adding, "I hope heaven has a dance floor." This created an unbreakable connection between Makina's family and the Bruyere Brain Health and Memory Clinic in Ottawa, where Crystal had received care. Makina's father, Mark White, even serves on the clinic's board. After Makina's death, her family requested that memorial donations be sent to the clinic. Makina also adored her father, calling him her idol, hero, coach, and best friend. Her life was filled with the joy of her two beloved dogs, Nellie and Fergie. Now, to fully understand the context of this tragedy, we need to talk about Jake Knapp. His story is one of grit and determination. Jake Knapp is 31 years old, born and raised in Costa Mesa, California. He grew up near a local country club and spent time at his grandparents' homes in Palm Springs, where golf was central to family life. He played his first tournament at just 6 years old, and by high school, he had decided to dedicate his life to the sport. His talent earned him a spot on the prestigious men's golf team at UCLA. During his college years, he competed at the highest amateur levels, even qualifying for the 2015 US Open. After graduating, he turned professional in 2016, but the the road to the PGA Tour was anything but easy. For years, Jake struggled on golf's smaller circuits. The most famous chapter of his journey is one that defines his character. For about 9 months between the fall of 2021 and the spring of 2022, Jake worked as a security guard and bouncer at a nightclub in his hometown just to make ends meet. In a sport often associated with country clubs and privilege, Jake's story became a powerful symbol of authentic struggle and resilience. He was willing to do whatever it took to keep his dream alive. Jake's professional fortunes began to turn in 2019 on the PGA Tour Canada, where he won 2 of the first 3 events. By 2024, everything changed. In February of that year, Jake captured his first PGA Tour victory at the Mexico Open at Vedanta. The win secured his playing privileges for 2 years and earned him invitations to the sport's most prestigious events, including his first Masters tournament. He quickly became known as a player who could go low. In February 2025, at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, Jake fired a historic bogey-free 12-under par 59 in the opening round. He became just the 15th player in PGA Tour history to break 60. His 2025 season was filled with consistent excellence, including a third-place finish at the 3M Open and multiple other top 10 finishes. By the time he played his last event before the tragedy, Jake Knapp was a firmly established star. But Jake's professional rise is impossible to separate from his personal love story with Makina White. Jake and Makina began dating in August 2023 when Jake was still fighting to secure his place on the PGA Tour. For the first several months, they kept their relationship private. That all changed in February 2024. As he sank the final putt to secure his first PGA Tour title at the Mexico Open, Makina ran onto the 18th green to embrace him in a moment of pure joy. The PGA Tour's social media accounts captured and shared the emotional scene, and in an instant, their private relationship became a public celebration. Makina became a constant presence at his side. She traveled with him to tournaments across the country. Her vibrant personality and genuine support for Jake made her a fan favorite among spectators and a welcome figure among the media. For Jake's 31st birthday in May 2025, she posted a touching tribute, calling him her very best friend and writing that no matter where their crazy adventures took them, he made every place feel like home. Her final post on Instagram, shared on August 11th, 2025, just 6 weeks before her death, now stands as a heartbreakingly beautiful testament to their love. The caption read, "Year 2 of first fairway hugs and watching you live out your dreams. Second season in the books. Forever grateful to be on this walk with you. Here's to many, many, many more. I love you, sweet boy. You make it so dang easy to be proud." Those words captured the essence of their partnership: shared dreams, mutual support, and deep love. After Makina's passing, the circumstances surrounding her death remain a private matter. Her loved ones have firmly established that boundary. The official announcement respectfully omitted any mention of a cause. Jake Knapp reinforced this in his public statement, ending with an explicit plea. He said it was an understatement to say how hard this was to process for everyone who knew Mac, especially her family and friends, who deserve privacy and respect during this difficult time. The most respectful way to honor her memory is to honor their wishes, focusing not on the details of her death, but on the richness of her life. The news sent immediate shockwaves through the golf community. In the hours that followed, Jake Knapp broke his silence with a statement that was a masterclass in grace. He said Makina was such a thoughtful person whose selflessness toward others was something he would always appreciate. He said they shared so many unforgettable memories together, and now that she was no longer with them, it was a tough reality to comprehend. He continued by saying she had an incredible family, great friends, and that her fun, outgoing energy would be missed by all. His final sentence is a direct plea, using his public platform not to solicit sympathy for himself, but to protect the privacy of her inner circle. In his moment of deepest personal loss, his public statement was an act of service to her memory. The sentiment of loss was shared widely across the golf world. Amanda Balionis wrote that getting to know Makina was one of her favorite parts of the last year. Golf podcaster Dan Rappaport called her a light. Broadcaster Jeff Eisenband described her as a bright light and noted that the love she and Jake shared was beautiful. In her hometown of Ottawa, plans were made to honor her life. A celebration of Makina's life was scheduled for Thursday, October 2nd at the Beechwood Funeral Home. Attendees were asked to wear yellow in her honor, a touching nod to the yellow heart that Makina frequently used in her social media posts about Jake. Makina White's story is not one of an unfinished life. It's the story of a full one. In her 28 years, she was a leader, a scholar, a dedicated professional, world traveler, a passionate sports fan, a devoted daughter, and a loving partner. The tributes all paint the same picture: a woman of extraordinary empathy, infectious joy, and boundless love. Her legacy is one of selflessness and a rare ability to make every person she met feel special. The love story of Makina White and Jake Knapp became a source of joy for many. Though their time together was cut short, the love they shared endures. In the post that announced her passing, her friend concluded, "We love you, Mac. We'll miss you always, and we'll be looking for you in the sunset." Her light will surely be missed. For more stories from the world of sports, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.